Hello, welcome to Mikey's math class. This is day 2 because yesterday we learned that cosine A minus B equals, watch this, cosine A cosine B, okay, plus sine A sine B, okay? This is not supposed to be capital, I'm sorry, teacher mistake, always do that, you know. But anyways, okay, so we know that. Now, today, what we're trying to prove is that cosine A plus B equals cosine A cosine B minus sine A sine B. You got that? You better have. So basically, the first step of doing this is we need to use our little property called odd function, okay? Now, odd function, we already know. We taught that, like, that was like prerequisites to this class. You should already know that, okay? But basically, long story short, it means that sine of negative b equals negative sine b, and cosine negative b equals cosine of b. And this one's the even function, which you guys should already know that as members of my class, because this is a very advanced class, and if you don't know that, out. The door is over there. Anyways, okay, so now that we have that, we can turn cosine A plus B into cosine A minus negative B. That's just basic algebra. If you don't know that, door's over there. I already said that. Okay, great. Now that we have that established, we can now use our equation from earlier that I taught you guys yesterday. You guys are supposed to complete it for homework. It should be done. I even explained it in class. So if you don't know this, your problem. So cosine A plus B. And then, oh wait, A minus negative B. I'm sorry, wait, let me get my handy dandy eraser that I definitely have. Yep. It's A minus negative B. Then turns into cosine A cosine negative B. And then it's plus sine A sine negative B. Now, using what we just got from that, we are going to simply use our even and odd functions. I just went over again. I'm not going to prove it again, but basically, now that we know that, that turns into cosine A cosine B, because cosine negative B turns into cosine B, with our handy dandy even function. Remember that. Write that down. That's on the test. And that's plus sine A times negative sine B. And now we can divide. Using multiplication, we can put the negative over here and make that just positive. So that would be cosine A cosine B minus sine, that's just basic algebra again, you should know that, obviously, sine A sine B. I'll go over this one more time to show you exactly how to do it so it makes sense. So what we did is, we know this already, we already have this proved, okay? So then, this is what we're trying to prove today, which we just did using the other equation. So we turned the equation we had into our other equation so we can use what it turned into for our equation. So cosine A minus negative B, that turns into our, using our formula, cosine A cosine negative B plus sine A sine negative B, and using our even and odd functions, cosine A cosine B plus sine A times negative sine B. And then using basic algebra, we move the negative right there, cosine A cosine B minus sine A sine B, and that brings us right back to where we started, proving that it is right. Thank you for showing up to class today.